You think rest and painkillers are helping your sciatica, but if you're over 60, the exact habits you're relying on right now, and even some of the vitamins you might already be taking, are quietly destroying your sciatic nerve from the inside out. I'm Dr. James Cole, and this specific nutritional mistake is starving your longest nerve of the fuel it needs to survive, leading to permanent damage, unbearable burning pain, and a life spent in the recliner instead of living it. In this video, I'm going to reveal the exact hidden deficiency behind your burning, shooting, or numbing sciatic pain, and give you a precise, fast-acting protocol to start repairing that nerve today. Not next month, today. Let's get into it. Before we go any further, I want you to do one thing right now. Drop a single word in the comments below. Burning, shooting, or numbness. Just one word. Tell me which sciatic symptom is stealing your life right now. I read every single comment, and in about 6 weeks, I'm going to ask you to come back here and tell me something very different. Now, here's the question nobody is asking you in the doctor's office. What if the real reason your sciatica isn't getting better, even with physical therapy, even with anti-inflammatories, even after you've tried everything, isn't about your spine at all? What if it's about what's happening inside the nerve itself? Because here's what most physicians never connect the dots on. Your sciatic nerve isn't just a passive cable running down your leg. It is a living, metabolically active structure that requires specific nutrients to fire correctly, to maintain its protective coating, and to repair itself when it gets damaged. Starve it of those nutrients, and I don't care how good your posture is or how many ibuprofen you take, that nerve will continue to deteriorate. And there's one specific vitamin deficiency I want to talk about first. Most doctors never mention it. Most seniors have never heard of it in the context of nerve pain. But in a few minutes, I'll also reveal why a popular supplement that millions of Americans over 60 are taking right now could actually be making their nerve damage worse. Stay with me. The sciatic nerve is the longest nerve in your entire body, and I want you to picture it right now as a high-voltage electrical cable running all the way down your leg. Every electrical cable has insulation around it, that rubber coating that keeps the electricity moving fast, moving clean, from point A to point B without short-circuiting. Your sciatic nerve has its own insulation. It's called the myelin sheath. And when that insulation is intact, nerve signals fire precisely. You feel normal. You move without pain. But when it starts to break down, the signals scatter. They misfire. They short circuit. And that short circuit is the burning you feel radiating down your leg. That's the shooting pain that jolts you awake at 3 a.m. That's the numbness in your foot that scares you when you stand up. You are not imagining it. Your nerve is literally short-circuiting, and the #1 vitamin deficiency that strips that insulation right off your nerve, the one most doctors never connect to sciatic pain, is a deficiency in vitamin B2, also called riboflavin. And here's what makes this infuriating. B2 deficiency is remarkably common in adults over 60, even in people who eat what they think is a healthy diet. But I'll explain the reason for that in just a moment, because it changes everything about how you need to approach this. First, let me tell you about B2's partners in crime, because riboflavin isn't working alone. B vitamins don't operate in isolation. They are a team. And for your sciatic nerve specifically, 3 players matter most: B2, B12, and B1. We've talked about B2, the myelin sheath protector. Now let's talk about the other 2, because this is where it gets genuinely exciting. And honestly, a little infuriating. Vitamin B12 is your nerve's repair crew. Think of it as the construction team that rebuilds the myelin sheath after it's been damaged. Without adequate B12, your nerves literally cannot regenerate. Damage accumulates. And here's the thing. Most doctors who do prescribe B12 prescribe the cheapest form, cyanocobalamin. It's what's in almost every grocery store supplement. But here's what the supplement industry doesn't want you to know. Cyanocobalamin is essentially the economy knockoff. Your body has to convert it before it becomes usable, and that conversion process becomes increasingly inefficient as you age. So you're paying for B12, swallowing it every morning, and your nervous system is getting almost none of the benefit. There's an elite form called methylcobalamin, and this is the form your nervous system actually uses directly. No conversion needed. It goes straight to work repairing nerve tissue. Go check your bathroom cabinet right now. If the label says cyanocobalamin, you've been sold the cheap version. Throw it out. Now let's talk about vitamin B1, thiamine, your nerve's energy source. It powers the nerve cells themselves and regulates how sensitive they are to pain signals. When you're deficient in B1, your nerves become hypersensitive and inflamed. Every signal gets amplified. A gentle touch feels like a burn. A mild compression feels like agony. Now, standard thiamine supplements, the kind in most B complexes, are water-soluble. And here's the second part of the scam. They get absorbed into your bloodstream just fine, but they cannot penetrate deeply into nerve tissue where they actually need to work. The supplement looks good on paper. It does almost nothing where it matters. But there's a fat-soluble version called benfotiamine, and this is the one that changes the game. Benfotiamine crosses directly into nerve tissue. It goes where standard thiamine simply cannot reach. Research on peripheral neuropathy, that burning and tingling in your feet and legs, shows that benfotiamine produces significant relief that regular thiamine cannot match. So again, check your cabinet. If your B complex says thiamine and not benfotiamine, you have the inferior version. This is why I always recommend a complete B complex, but one built with the right forms. And coming up in just a few minutes, I'm going to reveal the dangerous mistake with one specific B vitamin that could actually be causing nerve damage in seniors who think they're doing everything right. Don't go anywhere. Now here's the part of this conversation that most videos completely ignore, and it's the reason why some of you are watching this thinking, I already eat healthy, how could I be deficient? Here's the hard truth. After 60, even a perfect diet can fail you. Not because the food isn't nutritious, but because your gut, right now, may not be absorbing what you eat. There are 3 specific thieves stealing your B vitamins before they ever reach your nerves. The first thief is declining stomach acid. After the age of 60, most people produce 30 to 40% less stomach acid than they did at 40. And B vitamins, especially B12, require stomach acid to be liberated from food and prepared for absorption. If your stomach acid is low, B vitamins pass right through you. You could eat a perfect meal packed with B2 and B12, and your body captures almost none of it. The food does everything right, your gut fails to collect. The second thief is your medication cabinet, and I want you to really listen to this part. If you take a proton pump inhibitor, a PPI, for acid reflux, we're talking omeprazole, pantoprazole, esomeprazole, drugs that millions of American seniors take every single day, you are dramatically suppressing what little stomach acid you still have, and that makes B12 absorption close to impossible over time. Studies show long-term PPI users develop severe B12 deficiency at alarming rates, and B12 deficiency causes nerve damage. So here's the cruel irony. You're taking a medication to protect your stomach, and it's quietly destroying your nerves. If you take metformin for blood sugar management, the same warning applies. Metformin is known to deplete B12 directly. It interferes with the absorption mechanism in your small intestine. Even diuretics, commonly prescribed for blood pressure or heart conditions, deplete B vitamins over time. I'm not telling you to stop your medications. Never do that without talking to your doctor. But you need to have this conversation with your physician. I'm on a medication that depletes B12. What are we doing about that? The third thief is a compromised gut lining. Whether from decades of antibiotic use, chronic low-grade gut inflammation, or a condition like celiac disease, Crohn's disease, or diverticulitis, the small intestine lining in many seniors over 60 is damaged. And here's why that matters. The small intestine is where B vitamins are absorbed. If that lining is inflamed or compromised, nutrients pass right through without being captured. It doesn't matter what you eat or even what supplements you take. If the gut can't absorb, the nerve doesn't receive. This is precisely why supplementation after 60 often requires higher doses than you'd think, because you need to overcome significant absorption losses just to get adequate amounts into circulation. All right, I promised you this, and here it is, the dangerous mistake. Vitamin B6, also called pyridoxine, is included in almost every B-complex supplement on the market, and it does have a legitimate role in nerve health. But here's what the label doesn't warn you about. B6 toxicity is a real and serious problem for seniors. At doses above 100 to 200 milligrams per day taken over extended periods, B6 stops protecting your nerves and starts damaging them. It causes a condition called peripheral sensory neuropathy, burning, tingling, and numbness, the exact same symptoms you're trying to treat. Here's what's insidious. Many people take a separate B6 supplement on top of a B complex that already contains B6. They think more is better. They don't realize they're stacking doses, and they're slowly poisoning their peripheral nerves while trying to heal them. For long-term use, keep your B6 in the 25 to 50 milligram range. Absolutely never exceed 100 milligrams daily unless you're under direct medical supervision. Check every supplement you take for B6 content and add them up. This is one of the most overlooked dangers in senior supplement use. Now you know. Now I'm going to give you the exact milligrams and forms for your complete protocol. But do not pause this video and run to the pharmacy yet. If you take these in the wrong combination or in the wrong form, the cheap forms we just talked about, it will do you zero good. Listen closely first, then go shopping. Your daily foundation is a high-quality B complex taken with a meal. Look for one that contains benfotiamine, the fat-soluble B1, at 150 to 300 milligrams, not regular thiamine. Riboflavin, which is B2, at 50 to 100 milligrams for myelin sheath protection. B6 at 25 to 50 milligrams. And remember, do not exceed 100 milligrams total from all sources. Methylcobalamin, the B12, at 500 to 1,000 micrograms, not cyanocobalamin. And a full spectrum of the remaining B vitamins, including B3, B5, folate, and biotin for complete nerve support. For seniors with severe sciatica or confirmed deficiencies, some practitioners recommend a higher therapeutic B2 dose of 200 to 400 milligrams daily for the first 4 to 6 weeks, then dropping to the 50 to 100 milligram maintenance range. Talk to your doctor about whether that makes sense for your situation. And don't be alarmed when your urine turns bright yellow after starting your B complex. That's excess B2 being excreted. It's completely harmless, it's normal, and it actually confirms the vitamins are being absorbed and processed by your body. Now let's talk food, and I'm going to make this extremely simple. Forget long grocery lists. Here's your nerve repair super trio. 3 fast strategic moves that cover your B vitamin bases without overhauling your entire diet. 1. Add an extra egg yolk to your breakfast tomorrow morning, just 1 extra yolk. Egg yolks are one of the most concentrated natural sources of B vitamins on the planet, and most people are only eating 1 or 2 when they should be eating 3. 2. Swap whatever mushroom you currently eat for cremini or portobello mushrooms and add them as a side at dinner. Most people don't know this, but cremini mushrooms are one of the only plant sources with meaningful B2 content, and they're cheap, easy, and available everywhere. 3. Get wild salmon or beef on your dinner plate at least 4 times a week. Not processed deli meat, not fast food, actual salmon or grass-fed beef. These 2 foods deliver B2, B12, and B1 simultaneously in forms your body absorbs efficiently. That's it. Egg yolks at breakfast, cremini mushrooms at dinner, salmon or beef 4 nights a week. You just built a nerve repair plate without memorizing a single list. And if you're on a PPI or metformin, please talk to your doctor explicitly about B12 monitoring and whether you need higher supplementation doses or even B12 injections. You cannot out-supplement a gut that isn't absorbing. Now I want to set honest, realistic expectations with you, because hope without honesty isn't medicine. Nerve damage doesn't happen overnight, and nerve healing doesn't happen overnight either. In weeks 1 and 2, you probably won't notice much yet. The nerve is just beginning to receive consistent nutritional support. In weeks 3 and 4, early signs appear: reduced burning intensity, slightly fewer nighttime pain episodes, and some people notice improved sleep as nerve pain begins to settle. By weeks 5 and 6, more significant improvement typically becomes clear. Shooting pain becomes less frequent. Numbness and tingling begin to diminish. Some people find they can sit longer without the burning escalating. And over 3 to 6 months, this is the window for substantial nerve repair, especially if the deficiency has been long-standing. Nerve tissue regrows slowly. Patience is not optional. One important note: if you've been consistent for 6 to 8 weeks and see absolutely zero improvement, please don't just keep supplementing and hoping. Go back to your physician. Sciatica caused by structural issues, a herniated disc, spinal stenosis, piriformis syndrome, requires imaging like an MRI for proper diagnosis. B vitamins support nerve health regardless of the cause, but they are not a substitute for addressing structural compression. Here's what I want you to do right now. Before you close this video, write down today's date. Then rate your sciatica symptoms on a scale of 1 to 10. Your pain level, your burning, your numbness, your ability to sit, drive, and sleep. Write those numbers down. Then get a high-quality B complex this week, one with benfotiamine and methylcobalamin, and start taking it daily with a meal. And then come back to this video in 6 weeks and leave a comment. Tell me, what was your starting number? What is your number now? Are you sleeping better? Can you sit through Sunday dinner without shifting and grimacing? Can you make the drive without pulling over? Your comment won't just tell me how you're doing. It will give real hope to the next senior who finds this video at their lowest moment, sitting in pain, wondering if anything will ever actually help. Because here's what I know. B vitamin deficiencies are staggeringly common in adults over 60. Most people have never been told this. Most people have never connected the dots between their gut, their medications, their nerve pain, and a simple nutritional gap. You have that information now. Address the deficiency, support the nerve, reduce the pain, If this video helped you, share it. There are seniors in your life who need this information and have never heard it. One share could change someone's quality of life. Subscribe to this channel because we produce evidence-based guidance designed specifically for adults over 60. No fluff, no fads, just the science your doctor sometimes doesn't have time to tell you. I'm Dr. James Cole. Take care of that nerve. I'll see you in the next video.